Hi, I'm Mo, and life has dealt me some bum cards. Maybe I just haven't played them right. I don't know.
And I'm TJ, and I was a ghost. I didn't see anyone. No one saw me.
And this
I
is...
was
Ooh.
the podcaster.
We're definitely seeing that from Lane Check. And this is...
It's still new to us, damn it!
Welcome to a Student House, damn it. I'm Mo, and he's TJ. As we just said, here to watch every movie ever made so we can be invited to parties. Which is going okay. I got invited to a boat.
Oh! We
boat.
need a breaking news sounder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't a boat party. It was just a boat. I don't think it counted.
How many people were on the boat?
Like 10.
Oh, that's a party.
That's a party?
Three's a crowd. I mean, 10's got to be a party. Come on.
Ooh.
It's 3 crowds plus.
I'm gonna ask like the party gods to see if that's okay. You know.
Well, I'm certainly not one of those, but I would say that's a party.
Okay.
Sick invite.
I'll ask the guys behind my high school. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick invite.
Second bite. Okay.
Yeah, we're here to, as we always like to remind you, here to steal from blank check. I mean, here to talk about every movie ever made at some point. Here to watch them all first.
True.
Yes. But before we do that, we do like to, have some natural back and forth banter.
Yes, it's like we do in our real lives.
Yes.
We just don't sit in a room quietly for 6 hours.
No.
No, we do not.
We speak like humans do.
Yes.
So with that said, we would like to take you, dear listener, into the banter zone.
Banter zone.
Someone with production skills, reach out to us.
Yeah.
We have $30
We
combined.
got some $20.
Oh, 20. We
$20,
have $20
combined.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Surely that can buy a lot. That can buy like 3 Little Caesars nowadays.
Yeah, true. All right, TJ, you entered the banter zone. Why don't you get started in the banter zone? What do you got?
Oh, we had a big, we had a big weekend in the world of sports entertainment. We could start there, I suppose.
Yeah.
The SummerSlam, as Bret Hart likes to say, the SummerSlam was this weekend.
True.
And we watched night 1 here.
Yes.
Night 2, you were at your highfalutin boat party
True.
that I wasn't invited to.
And I had to watch this movie, so.
Yeah, and you had to watch this movie.
Yeah.
Night 1 featured, what did we have? We had Tiffany Stratton and
Versus
Jade
Jade
Cargill.
Yeah.
We
Which my
had-
friend did not like.
No?
She didn't like the match. Because she's going to be booked like Goldberg. She's
Pretty
going
much.
to be.
Yeah.
I don't know if she
She has gotten better since
She's gotten
joining
better, you know.
WWE, I think.
You know, I think she has talent.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe she just is not connected. I don't know exactly, but
I thought she was good in the Queen of the Ring stuff, but for some reason this match did kind of fall flat, and I was a little surprised because I think very highly of Tiffany Stratton.
yeah, that's true.
It might be a lot, because she is young, to ask her to carry somebody, you know what I mean? But like
Yeah.
her match with Trish Stratus at Evolution was really good. Her work with Nia Jax was even really good. Like
True.
she's very talented.
Well, if you think about it, Jade Cargill's only been in business for like 2 years or something, like 2.5 years, maybe something like that. You know, it's going to take some time, even. But like some people just don't get it right away. You know, you just gotta.
Oh, I'm not
some
going to
people
say
do.
it's easy. Yeah.
No, yeah,
I'm not going to say it's easy, but you know, it's like you're on the grandest stage. People are going to criticize.
yeah,
And I mean this constructive criticism wise. We
Yeah.
don't like to put people down because I could never do that shit.
no,
You kidding me? I could never, ever in a million years do that stuff.
yeah,
So, regardless, though, I was happy with the result of that match. I don't know where Jade Cargill goes from here,
true.
but I think she can still be improving.
hmm
What else did we have on that card?
We had the Jelly Roll, Randy Orton versus
Yeah.
Logan Paul Dream Time match.
I'll give Jelly Roll his due. He was better than I ever would have guessed. But like
He pulled a Mick Foley. He's
He
like,
did pull a
"I'm
Mick
coming
Foley."
back.
It would have been really funny if his ACL gave out on his way back to the ring. I'm just
Yeah,
kidding. I
yeah.
don't mean that. But I just hate when celebrities can leapfrog their way onto like a major card roster
Yeah,
and have major programs when there are so many guys in WWE, so many people that are left off the card.
true. I think she did like went full fourth. You know, if he wouldn't, then
Yeah.
there would have been a problem. But
He
he
did
went
take
through a
some-
table.
yeah.
He went through an announce table. You know,
Yeah, no, I respect his performance. I just don't like the reliance on the megastars
yeah,
like that.
true. That's one thing about like we were actually just talking about like when Raw was doing the guest host every week. You can tell those guys they were just there because they were paid to or they had to promote something. You know, it was like a Daily Talk Show or something. But but these at least the people, you get respect if you at least believe in wrestling. If you just like go along with the dog and pony show, and you be we'll respect you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what the hell it was. I feel like both cards were so damn short. It felt like, despite being 3.5, 4 hours.
Well, let's see. You had the main event, CM Punk versus Gunther.
Yeah, great match. Punk won. I turned the TV off and was excited for Sunday.
Oh, TJ.
Yeah. I'm excited for CM Punk. It's been a long time since he's held a world title in the WWE. What?
I got some bad news for you.
What's that?
Turns out Seth Rollins faked his injury and cashed in and won the title from CM Punk right after it. So he was only world champion for 5 minutes 10 seconds.
Well, that's really not fair. Seth Rollins would fake an injury,
which is shorter than Drew McIntyre's reign, which is 5 minutes 46 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah.
I really should not jump to conclusions and just shut the TV off.
That's true. Well, you see that little thing in the corner that says like WWE Entertainment. You're just like, oh, it's over. Shut off. Like, no, it's not like that. So yeah, you missed probably the best part of it. So yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, let's assume I didn't miss that and say that was definitely the best part of the night.
True.
Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah. Besides, I already said that we watched this together, so I already blew this bit.
That's true.
Regardless, though, I thought that the first night was somewhat milquetoast, but that ending really saved the card.
True.
What would you say? Yeah.
What do you think about night 2? I didn't watch that, but
night 2 was good. There were a lot of gimmick matches. The TLC 6-team match was really good.
Yeah.
Although I will say it's kind of weird to see the Wyatt Six in this landscape amongst those teams.
True.
Just you've got Motor City Machine Guns and DIY and Fraxium and the Street Profits. It's bizarre to see all these grounded tag teams whose gimmicks basically are hey, we're actual athletes, and then you've got the boogeymen characters. It's always a funny balancing act, and very few acts can make it work. I'm not saying the Wyatt Six don't. I don't watch the regular programming, but in the outdoor arena show when it's still sunny out, seeing the Wyatt Six, I feel like is a little. I feel like their whole aura is detracted from a little bit in the sunlight. But all the same, they retained, and it was a good match. A lot of cool spots with tables and ladders and chairs. Oh my! But they retained. Triple threat between Io, Ripley, and Naomi was very good.
That's cool.
And Naomi retained in the perfect heel fashion. So the whole story going into it was that Rhea Ripley's never won at SummerSlam. She's never beaten Io Sky. Sure as shit, she gets the Eradicator off the top rope on Io, goes for the pin. Naomi runs in, gives the schoolboy or whatever to Rhea Ripley, rolls her up, pulls the tights, and wins that way.
Wow.
Yeah. Good classic heel move. I like what they're doing with all three women. Rhea Ripley's so big she does not need the title, frankly.
True.
Io Sky has proven she's probably the best women's wrestler, at least in WWE.
I think so. Yeah.
I mean,
she's up there. You got Toni Storm. She got her
in WWE. I
WWE.
Say. Yes. Yeah. Yes, in WWE, I think she's probably the most. I don't know, her one of certainly, but great match. Big match. John Cena came back as a face.
I didn't know that was a street fight.
Yes, so it was a street fight. They teased the double turn where Cody would eventually, would pick up the belt and beat John down in a fit of rage. He didn't. And before he delivered the final crossroads to Cena, he gave him a Cena salute.
Yeah.
It was actually a really good match. If you watched their WrestleMania 41 match and thought this is dog shit, I have good news. This one is not dog shit. This was a good match. And then opinions vary on the very final shot, the very final thing that happened, and rightfully so. Brock Lesnar, the Beast Incarnate, returned. A man who just this month was indicated as having been named in Janelle Grant's lawsuit against the company as a complicit party, not a defendant.
Yeah.
But still, I can totally see why that rubs people the wrong way. I don't feel great about it. I really don't need to see Brock Lesnar in the WWE anymore. I loved him when I was a kid, and he was in his prime. But I kind of felt a little icky about seeing him come back, knowing what we know now. But hey, I do believe in our legal system in this country, so we'll just see what happens, I guess.
I don't think he was I I think it's just always like he was about to do it,
Correct.
but then didn't do it.
Correct.
So,
which again, I don't know all the details,
Yeah.
and like I hate the fact that he was almost even going to do something,
yeah,
but he didn't do it, and I don't know. It's just a weird gray area.
Yeah.
If WWE legal cleared it, I mean, what can I say? It's very interesting. And I don't want to get political.
Yeah.
Political alert, perhaps, but isn't this straight out of the Donald Trump playbook? I swear he and Vince McMahon are the same person sometimes.
well, they are.
They are. Well, they're best friends.
In fact, I would tell you, we were watching the video. You know, Donald Trump came back WWE, bought Raw for 1 week, and then gave away money or something.
He refunded the customers or something,
and then the actual WWE stock went down because of that. Even though that's probably all kayfabe.
Yeah.
But it actually went down, and they were like, next week after that, I was like, no, I'll buy it back from you. And
it is really funny to think about. But it's kind of like a pro wrestling tradition where, like, you look at these guys like Jerry Lawler, Vince McMahon, like, there are many controversies around them that eventually get, hell, even back to the steroid stuff, right,
Yeah.
with Vince. And the thing is, you don't run from it, but you just don't acknowledge it.
True.
You don't admit guilt. That's the Trump playbook. I mean, I know Vince did briefly admit guilt about something before coming back to WWE a few years ago. But regardless, that is the Trump McMahon playbook. You don't admit guilt, the show keeps going on, and eventually people get outraged about the next thing.
True.
And I'll be honest, I don't blame people who don't want to watch WWE anymore. I can tell you I only watch it for the PLEs, and I don't know. For the lesser shows, maybe I will stop watching because I don't know, man. I liked Brock in his prime, man, but it's hard to just. It's just such an icky fucking lawsuit. It's so horrible. It's so horrible. I always knew Vince McMahon was a bad guy, but just like to hear the specifics of it really just boils your piss, man. Honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, just to hear.
Yeah, well, that's a lot of figures in pro wrestling. You know, you got Hulk Hogan, who just recently passed away. And you got Ric Flair, who is also one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, but also has his problems. There's some main wrestlers right now. Like, there's a guy in AEW named Darby Allin. He had some accusations thrown against him from his ex-girlfriend, and, you know, they're just saying, like, I don't know, there's still a huge gray area of, like, what exactly happened or anything like that. But I don't know, so I'm just like, do I cheer for this guy? I'm like, I don't know, so I'm just like...
It's very difficult to know where and when because, like, I mean, look at the Pat Patterson shit.
Yeah.
Or just... I won't get into, like, the Chris Benoit stuff. That's a little different.
Yeah.
But, I mean, just... Yeah, it's just a weird... You have to internalize a lot of that shit to really fully enjoy the product sometimes, and it can be hard.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I would say Night 2 was very good.
That's good.
Very good. I enjoyed it. A lot of stipulation matches, but nothing wrong with that.
True.
And I am aware that I've been really, really droning during my section of the banter time. So I'll wrap it by saying I did see Superman and the Fantastic Four movies.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, those are cool. Otherwise, not much is new. I'll probably think about it after we wrap.
Okay.
What's new with you?
Nothing much. I'm still reading 6 books, like, at once, trying to figure it out. I have this one book about, like, a fake band from Scotland that I've been trying to read for, like, a year now. Like, 2 years or a year now. And, like, I'm so close to reading it, but when you go home at night, you take a shower, and you just, like, read before bed, you're like... You try to read it, and you're just like, I just don't want to read this. I'm just like...
Yeah, I get it.
And it's like, okay, so... Still trying to read that.
Funny how mentally exhausting sitting at a computer 8 hours a day is, isn't it?
That's true,
Yeah, I feel you, man.
TV-wise, I'm watching New King of the Hill. That just came out
Nice.
today.
Yep.
So we're going to watch this episode today, August
Hell
4th.
yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I like it. Peggy Hill, still Peggy Hill. She still thinks she can master any language.
Yeah, that was good on the Uber ride or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what they did with Bobby and all of them is good. I think it's good storyline material.
I haven't finished the first episode, but what I saw seemed like natural progression.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
I
still don't know what happened to Khan. I don't know.
Oh, we'll find out,
I've seen Min, but not Khan.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know what happened yet. And I haven't gotten really far, like maybe the first half of the second episode. So we don't know what happened to Lucky Luann yet. We haven't seen their daughter. You know, we haven't seen Good Hank. So
Good Hank.
Yeah, so we haven't seen. So hopefully it's but I don't know. I haven't really read any reviews, but I like it so far. So it's good. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, but I actually have been rewatching the old King of the Hill. I guess that's why I haven't watched much new recently, is because I've been rewatching that to get excited for this one, this new season. Always cool when Mike Judge comes out with something, because it's kind of few and far between these days, obviously.
Yeah. Well, that one was Silicon Valley, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So then, yeah, it's been a while.
Smart dude. I feel like he's never hit that like same level as like a. Well, I guess no one's hit the Matt Groening level really, but like, I feel like he's someone who's so widely respected and beloved, but for some reason, like just he himself is just such a plain dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anytime you see him,
I mean, like the guys we're reviewing right now, you know, it's just
pretty much.
Yeah.
They're just dudes. They're just plain guys. They don't like the spotlight. Like I've never seen Mike Judge really. Like he does interviews from time to time, but he never puts himself on talk shows or anything like that.
That's true.
But the dude's made some very like works that have aged very well.
Mm-hmm.
The Beavises and Buttheads and King of the Hill. Idiocracy is always becoming more relevant.
Yeah, Office Space.
Office Space is still great.
Yeah, Silicon Valley is good.
Yeah,
you know, yeah.
Dude's he's a funny guy, and he's got a great sense of sarcasm without being like just bleak.
Yeah, you know? I wish at the very end of the first episode, not to get into spoilers or anything, it's just very like, you know, you see them going through like this new like. Seen America the first time since they lived in like a really gated community in Saudi Arabia and stuff like that, and like it kind of shows like there's a good side still. You know, it's not like everything's changed. Mm-hmm. We still have some values that haven't changed. You know, that's
something that's probably important to highlight these days because I feel like everybody is so cynical and in some ways rightfully so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of the zeitgeist is just everything sucks.
True.
I mean, kind of.
That's true.
Let's be honest.
Let's see. Movie-wise, I haven't seen much. I watched Superman. I thought that was really great.
Hell yeah.
Somewhat corny, but that's Superman. He's corny as fuck.
I love that they brought him back to corniness.
There was a lot of stuff. I didn't mind a lot of stuff. It was fun. I liked it. Mm-hmm. I did find it weird they really focused on the bands that was going up. Like what are they called? Like the Midtown Crab Jaws or something?
Yeah, it was a fictional band.
It's a fictional band. That has to be actually a band in the DC universe. It has to be. There's no way James Gunn has made that up.
The Mighty Crabjoys.
The Mighty Crabjoys, yes.
But that's the whole point. Is maybe you know he's like white bread is all get out, right?
Yeah.
And like Lois Lane is kind of like not into him because he's so white bread. But then the whole statement there is that like the superhero genre or just. I don't know, being so goofy and corny and optimistic is the new punk rock because everyone else is so damn dour and serious and like these movies can just kind of get caught in that. So seeing him be like, hey, what the hey, dude? Or I have to go rescue my dog. Like all the Snyder bots are so mad about that shit. That's the stuff that works. Sure. It's literally the story arc. Like my brother, famed Snyder bot, my brother, complains about how there are low stakes in it, whereas Man of Steel, there's very high stakes.
There's a war.
Well, right. Well, it's but far less cosmic stakes for Superman, I suppose. But I told him I think that's what's so strong about this one.
Yeah,
is the fact that he's kind of maturing still. You know what I mean? That's his character arc is he's still working on finding himself, even though he is technically an adult.
True.
You know, that's kind of his whole arc, and it works really well.
It's bigger than the black hole, though. You know.
What's that?
It's bigger than the black hole that's going to change
the
universe.
Point. That's a good point.
Because
you have to remember he has not seen this movie.
Oh yeah, true. Is he mad there's no like giant gleam of blue light coming from the sky?
I think he's just mad that it beat Fantastic Four in the box office.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen Fantastic Four yet, but I heard it's good. So I still think maybe a little bit miscast for Reed Richards because
I will just tell you I thought it was mid. I didn't care for it. All that. The
things that I thought I never read the Fantastic Four comics because you know. I was really much a comic reader growing up, and the movies weren't really doing the characters justice. But I think I know Reed Richards is supposed to be like a nerd, like Bruce Banner nerd type level, not like cool nerd or anything like that, or Macho Man. And like Pascal,
Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal, it's not that, you know. Sure, he can be goofy and stuff like that, but you know, like, I think what I'm seeing from the trailers, he's not going to play it like that. He's going to play like an old man, like middle-aged man.
Yes,
like kind of
correct,
crusty scientist. You know.
I will just say. First of all, it is not by any means a bad movie. I thought that it had a stellar third act, and the first two were just forgettable to me, and I was just kind of disappointed overall. I would also say the things I liked most about it were the ones they chose to focus on the least. and I'll leave it there.
Okay.
But I mean, I highly recommend it. Everyone else is loving it, so I mean, really, I do recommend seeing it for that.
I do find it weird, like each Fantastic Four movie, you think they're never gonna do right by the Thing. Like they think like the Thing is gonna look like crap. I would say even the crappiest ones, Thing looks good. Like from the 1994 version, they get the Thing right. And
when his mouth isn't moving, he looks good.
Yeah. And then you get like the 2000 movies, they still did good. He still looks okay. Still looks good. And now it still looks good.
He does.
I haven't seen the other Fantastic Four movie.
Oh, you've never seen Fant Four Stick?
No, so I don't know how he looks in that one.
Oh my god. Can I spoil the smallest bit
Go
of it?
ahead, do it. I'm not.
Do you know where its clobbering time comes from in that movie?
No.
It's literally what his older brother would say before he beat him up.
Wow.
So it came from domestic abuse.
Hooray!
That's how sad and dour and dark that movie is. No, see the new one. There's a lot of good in it. It's just, again, maybe my expectations were too high. I thought Reed and Sue were the weak links, and that's who it chose. That's just, they take up a lot of the time.
Yeah.
I thought the Thing was really cool, but just underutilized.
How was Johnny?
Great.
That's cool.
Again, kind of underutilized in my opinion, but I really liked his role in the movie. And I think that they nailed the family dynamic of it. It's just, again, I think they focused too much on the stuff that just didn't speak to me, I guess.
Yeah.
But no, highly recommend just because it's a new universe and it's a cool new look. I'll give it that. Like, it's got that Jetsons 60s future look.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but they've been trying to like nail the Fantastic Four forever. That's one of the the big ones. Like for DC.
It's the granddaddy. Yeah.
For so many years, comic book fans have been like, "It's Fantastic Four is amazing. The comics are great, stuff like that." But every time they come out, it's cheesy. It's badly done.
Yeah.
Not great storytelling, and it's just bad. So
To date, my favorite to watch is still the Corman one, and I'm not even joking. It's just because it reminds me of something that me and my friends would have made, like in high school. We had to do like a skit for school.
And probably the most accurate about
And they, goddamn it, those actors tried.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that documentary?
I've seen the trailer for it. Yeah.
It's good. Yeah, it's really good. They gave it their all. Goddamn it, and they did what was asked of them. True. And it's a shame that I mean, it's probably better for it that it didn't come out because now it's got this cult following, but. It's a shame for them that they didn't get, what they were promised.
Yeah.
But recommend the documentary.
Yeah. And also, I just found out recently, for those of you who first started listening to this podcast, if anybody ever does, before we became this podcast, as soon as us, damn it, we were another podcast. And we did the Captain America movie from 1990. Mm-hmm. Just recently, I found out there's a director's cut of it, the Albert Pune cut. That's better than the original movie. And the original movie is dog shit because it's boring as hell and there's no fun in it at all.
Memories of you, girl. I'll never forget the song.
I just can remember him, just like how he tricks people. It's like, I gotta throw up, hold on. And he just runs back.
Could you pull over? I think I'm going to be sick.
Yes. So hopefully if we can somehow find the Albert Pune cut, either they release it on DVD or some theater is just going to be like, that will release it. I don't know where, but I think that's what's being thrown around now. I would definitely want to see that. So
yeah, same. We'd review that for sure.
Definitely. What else? I think that's mostly it. Wrestling wise, AEW is doing awesome. All In what just happened. It lasted 6 hours.
Yeah.
It was long, but it started at 3:00, so it was a good show though. John Moxley versus Hangman Page was amazing. So it was like mostly every match on the card I think. The only the bad match I can think of was probably the first match, and that was just a quick triple, a 6-way dance, a 3-on-3 tag team match. That was it. So everything else was great. It was amazing. Yeah. They
have a good product. Yeah. I just think it's a marketing thing or something. Or
I don't know. It's just I think I read a tweet one time, or like heard a tweet that said. When Triple H came back into power at WWE, it was like Triple H just has to do good booking. Tony Khan must do perfection booking to keep the fans, because it's kind of right. Like if you just like step up a little bit, they just turned on him. It was just like boom, like that.
It's a shame.
It's a shame, yeah. But it's doing good stuff, and I liked it. It was really good. Toni Storm's the best female wrestler out there right now. I think her character, her in-ring work,
she's
ring
work,
work,
yeah,
this is fantastic. Mm-hmm. She's facing Athena right now, who was the Forever ROH Women's Champion, who's also doing amazing work. Nice. So them two together is just great, and they're going to battle at Forbidden Door. There's going to be Swift Strickland versus Okada. I do not know who from New Japan's coming over. Because right now there's only been like 2 matches been announced, but hopefully we get some cool competition. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah. I think that's mostly it. Should we exit the banter zone, TJ, and start talking about this movie?
I'm game to exit the banter zone.
Okay. Yeah, you take it?
I'm getting sore.
Okay.
I do not have my. Oh shoot. Oh boy.
Can we enter the banter zone?
Am I gonna be able to get out of the banter zone?
I don't know. Let's just sneak out. We'll sneak out. Let's just go. Okay, we'll leave it.
So we would never do this before. We'd never do this again.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're at the banter zone. It's done.
God, that was close.
We're done.
That teenage security guard, I thought he was gonna see us.
That's true, yeah. Well, luckily, we just hit our faces, so it's good. Okay. Okay, TJ. This is the last movie of our season. Season 5, I believe. Season 6.
I think 5. God, yeah, I should be better at tracking those. I feel like it's 5 or it's definitely 5 or 6.
I think
right?
it's 6.
Let's say 6.
Yeah. So what do you think of this season? We watched some great Coen movies, Coen Brothers movies. Not Conan movies. We didn't watch Conan the Destroyer or The Barbarian.
Ah. No,
we did not. We watched Coen Brothers movies, and we watched kids films.
Yeah.
Tommy Tricker is gonna it's gonna haunt us.
Oh, it's Tommy Tricker.
Fuck. I'm never gonna get that.
You know, I forgot to mention, Fantastic Four was directed by Matt Shackman.
The guy who played the kid from the Magic Castle.
Oh my God, his finest work.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Can we revisit why you chose those movies?
I thought which one's the creepiest, and I was right for each and every one of them. Think about it, you got...
Are you happy?
No.
Okay.
But it was worth it to see, it was a test of our survival skills, to see if we can make it through those movies. And we did.
Okay. As long as you're not happy. That's fine. I just don't want you to be happy.
Are you happy?
With your selection there. I chose Coen Brothers movies. Yeah, I'm happy.
Alright. Are you happy you watched those movies I selected?
Am I happy I've watched those?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, then.
Oh,
I'm
no.
good. I'm good.
Yeah, we're in the same
good.
boat there.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm just thrilled that you're in the boat with me.
Yes, but this is the last movie, and it is The Man Who Wasn't There. Yes. Chosen by TJ. TJ, why'd you choose The Man Who Wasn't There out of all the great movies of the Coen Brothers filmographies?
Well, I'd like to say that I chose it because I was hoping I was the man that wasn't there when you picked your crappy movies. But I had already selected this one by then. It's just one of the movies of theirs that I had not seen. I don't hear it talked about a lot. I always confuse it with A Serious Man. I always have to remind myself that they are not the same, in fact. So basically that's it. Just because I never hear this one talked about.
Yeah.
I saw it had James Gandolfini in it, which is cool because, like, you know, he's only really associated with one role. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And that would be Bear from Get Shorty.
True.
Very man of few words in that movie, but very impactful. Very impactful. Other than that, though, there was really no other reason other than I read Black and White, Noir, and James Gandolfini, and I said I'm signed up. I also read that it was one of their inspirations was the movie Shadow of a Doubt, which we've talked about before, is a Hitchcock movie. I believe he said it was his favorite movie he'd made, and if you've never seen it, it is outstanding. Cool. It's got Joseph Cotton in it, and I don't even want to say anything about the plot because it's a taut thriller, man. It's a great, great movie. Shadow of a Doubt. If you find it streaming, watch it.
Oh,
very good.
That's cool.
So that's really it. That's all I have for you.
Right.
Oh, and Frances McDormand sells things too.
True.
Frances McDormand, how come is she considered in that air of like a Meryl Streep? Because I don't see why not.
She won 3 Oscars.
Correct, but like from the mainstream perception.
I think so. I mean, she's been critically acclaimed movies and maybe like, I don't know, is Meryl Streep really in like a bunch of financially successful films? Maybe
good
like
point. Good point.
Noah Ephron films? That's probably about it. But you know, each role she's taken has given her like mostly an Academy Award nomination.
Would you say though that when most people think of like great female actresses, or you know, the best actresses or whatever of all time, I feel like, or modern day, I feel like Meryl Streep is always the go-to. I want Frances McDormand to be the go-to. Nothing against Meryl Streep.
It could be just fantastic. work rate exactly.
Good point as well.
Meryl Streep's in way more movies than Frances McDormand, and maybe she just like she chooses her parts wisely and it's like I'm just gonna take anything. So, I mean, the last Academy Award was for Nomadland, and that was the COVID year.
That's true.
And from what I can tell from like YouTube reviews, it's the Amazon movie because she works at Amazon in the movie.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Oh,
and nobody
boy.
remembers Nomadland that well. So, I
Okay.
mean, I don't know.
Good.
The person
good
who
point.
directed it is probably a good director. I think she directed Internals, but that's about it. So.
Okay, I think you're onto something there, though.
Yeah.
But before I spoil more of the cast, shouldn't you tell them about that?
Oh yeah, I should. I definitely should. Okay, The Man Who Wasn't There, directed by Joel and Ethan Coen, and written by Joel and Ethan Coen, from Barton Fink and the Lady Killers.
Barton Fink. Barton Fink.
Barton Fink. I messed up the joke.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
I sandbagged you by only saying it twice.
Okay,
Typically, people say things in threes.
That's
and
true.
I sandbagged you.
That is true. Yeah. It's really hard to, like, define bad movies for these guys, because if it's The Lady Killers is the worst movie, that's not really the worst movie of all time. It probably didn't live up to the standards, but it's not, like, the worst movie you could possibly make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a high bar. I guess they're kind of like Frances McDormand in that, where it is kind of just they're kind of like niche
Yeah.
in a way. Well, I don't know. We'll
Okay,
talk about them
we'll talk
later.
about-
yeah.
Yes. It was released in 2001. Starring Billy Bob Thornton of Sling Blade and Bad News Bears, the remake.
That's right.
Tried so hard.
I remember that coming out.
Yep. Frances McDormand, Darkman, and Transformers: Dark of the Moon.
Hell yeah.
Is that the one that become like dragons or something?
I don't know.
Or
I can
knights?
assure
I'm
you
not
I
sure.
do
They become
not
like
know.
beasts in one of them. I think that's the one. Could be wrong though.
I can assure you I don't care.
Yeah. Michele Badaluccio. Michele Badaluccio, I believe it's called.
Michael Badaluccio.
Oh, Michael Badaluccio.
Come on, he's the Paisan.
He's a paisano. Hey!
He's one of your
He's a
countrymen.
paisano. Hey!
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was in Jungle Fever and Rules Don't Apply. TJ, do you know what Rules Don't Apply is?
No.
It's Warren Beatty's last film,
Oh.
like the very last film. He made a movie about Howard Hughes. He played Howard Hughes and wanted to. It's all about how Howard Hughes wanted to make a movie with Marilyn Monroe and like date Marilyn Monroe, and but it didn't work.
Oh,
She did
bummer.
not get Marilyn Monroe. He did
Just
not
gotta
get
feel
him.
bad
Yeah.
for Howard Hughes.
Yeah, so one of the last works of Warren Beatty, besides him going on TCM and pretending to be Dick Tracy to keep the right to the Dick Tracy
That
property.
is a wild story,
Yeah.
by the way. Yeah.
Don't know why he still wants it, but I don't know.
How old is he now?
He's like in his 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, just give up the damn rights. Although in the wrong hands, it could be made into something shitty. But I would love to see another stab at Dick Tracy.
Yeah, maybe like a cartoon series or something like that.
You could do that well. I would like to see a movie too if they would commit to practical effects, even though I don't think they would
Yeah.
for all those goofy looking people.
What if they do like hardcore Dick Tracy, like a Batman movie, like just like.
Oh, that'd be
I don't know.
interesting.
It would be interesting, but I think it'd be kind of funny.
Yeah, it
Probably
would.
bad, but still funny.
I don't mean to take away from our podcast here, but if you want a good launching off point for We Hate Movies, their Dick Tracy episode is outstanding. Highly recommend.
Yeah, I think I will. Richard Jenkins from The Witches of Eastwick and Trapped in Paradise.
Yep.
Love Richard Jenkins. I watched him in 6 Feet Under.
Great
He is
actor.
great. Yeah.
Great character actor. I think the closest he came to mainstream accolade is he was nominated for
The Visitor.
Yes.
Yes, he was on in
Was The
2007.
Visitor,
Of course, also was in 6 Feet Under, a really good
Yeah.
show on HBO.
That's right.
Yeah,
You've seen him in a lot of shit, but he's great.
yeah. I haven't watched all of 6 Feet Under. I love there's one scene where like he rents like a back room from somebody for a favor, and it's just him just like playing records and smoking and just watching TV. It's
Sounds awesome.
Yeah,
Never seen 6 Feet Under. Heard it's great.
yeah. Also, a show where I've seen the last episode, and mostly none of the other show.
A tradition unlike any
Just
other.
unlike any other. That's correct. Let's see. Scarlett Johansson, Ghost World, and The Island.
Yeah, those are the two things I think of.
Yeah, definitely. That's what everybody thinks of when they think of Scarlett Johansson. Ghost World and The Island.
That's right.
That's true. John Paluto, favorite guy. The Rocketeer, amazing film.
Yeah, it is.
Really, I think
that is
they-
a great movie.
They were saying they're going to remake it with actor-
Pedro Pascal.
No. There's a show called Government Cheese, and there's this great actor who plays in it. I forgot his name, but he's something. But he's going to play the Rocketeer, and it would have been perfect casting. I think it would have been great. Yeah, while you look it up, and also Homeward Bound 2, Lost in San Francisco.
David Oyelowo.
Yeah, yes, he was going to be Rocketeer. I think I've seen Homeward Bound 1 because Michael J. Fox in it, and he plays a dog.
Yeah.
I don't know what happens in Homeward Bound 2. I don't know if they find their way back home or they're still lost in San Francisco.
It doesn't. I don't know.
I don't know. I remember there's like it's like one of these movies where like a dog's trying to find a kid or something, and there's one scene. I don't think it's this movie, but it's a different movie maybe, where it's like the family's eating hot dogs and the kid doesn't want to eat hot dogs for some reason. I don't know, he's so upset about the dog, he just doesn't want to eat hot dogs. The family does not give a shit. I don't know why. They don't like the dog, I guess. And they're in like a farm area or something, and the kid goes to like get a drink or something, and then he sees a bunch of dogs in cages, and he sees the butcher or the cook, and he's just like, "That's our secret ingredient," and then he like passes out. That's the only thing I can remember for like one of those type of movies.
Wow.
Yeah.
This sounds like it would traumatize a child.
Yeah, and it did.
Yeah. That's why you never watched the Homeward Bound series.
Yeah, that's true. As well.
I'm gonna make you watch them next season.
Oh, fine. Tony Shalhoub, Galaxy Quest, and Polly.
Yeah.
You know what Polly is, TJ?
The gangster movie?
No.
Oh, I'm thinking Oscar. What the hell is Polly?
Polly is about a parrot who like can talk.
Oh yeah.
And is trying to find her owner.
Okay. Yes. I am aware
Michael
of Polly.
Moncheri classic when I was little.
I am aware of
Yes,
Polly now that you specified.
Watched it all the time. All the time.
That's great.
Yeah.
Very good.
And of course,
you recommend it?
I'll say yeah. I haven't seen it in like 20 years, but yes, I'll recommend it.
Sounds good.
I'm pretty sure Tony Shalhoub plays the parrot, or John Leguizamo plays the parrot. I'm not sure.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah.
Do yourselves a favor, folks. Go look at Tony Shalhoub's Wikipedia photo.
Yes, it is great.
It's fantastic.
Yes. And of course, last but not least, James Gandolfini, Get Shorty, and Surviving Christmas.
Yep.
You remember that one?
Yep, I do.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, you can't call yourself a James Gandolfini fan if you have not seen Surviving Christmas.
True. The crazy film where Ben Affleck hires James Gandolfini's family to pretend to be his family to find the true meaning of Christmas. And then things get weird and sexual and more weird. Yeah.
Just like the holidays. Those are all the feelings that the holidays evoke.
Yeah.
Sexuality, family, weirdness.
I think one of the plot lines was like one of the mom wanted to get sexy or something, and the kid was like addicted to porn, and he watched like his mom on a sex tape or something, and he's just like destroys his TV or something. I'm pretty sure that's in the movie. I'm pretty sure that's the plot line.
I love the holidays.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was one of them.
Cool.
Yeah, TJ. So that's who's in it and who directed and wrote it. But TJ, what is The Man Who Wasn't There about?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Set in post-World War II Santa Rosa, California, The Man Who Wasn't There tells the story of a mild-mannered barber, Ed Crane, who, after decades of complacency, eschews his passive nature when a potentially fruitful business opportunity comes along. One day at work, Ed cuts the hair of a traveling entrepreneur, Creighton Tolliver, who shares details of his great new enterprise. Dry cleaning, a radical new method for cleaning clothes that cuts out the wear, the tear, and the suds. All Tolliver needs is a partner up to front the startup cash, $10,000. Intrigued, Ed cooks up a plan to attain the funds. His wife, Doris, with whom he shares a platonic marriage, works as a bookkeeper for local department store nerdlingers, and Ed suspects she's been having an affair with her boss, the store's manager, Big Dave Brewster, whom Ed anonymously blackmails for the $10,000 seed money. Big Dave, who is married to the heiress of the department store empire, was also solicited for partnership by Tolliver, so he initially believes the blackmail note to be from the traveling businessman. To be safe, he works with Doris to embezzle the $10,000 before meeting with Tolliver. Later that evening, after Nerdlingers has closed, Big Dave phones Ed and requests that the two meet. During their meeting, Big Dave admits that he beat Tolliver to death, but not before learning of Ed's identity as the blackmailer. A physical altercation is ended abruptly when Ed stabs Big Dave's throat with a cigar cutter in self-defense. Ed flees the scene, and in the coming days, Big Dave's embezzlement is uncovered by detectives, and Doris is implicated in his murder. Under the advice of Walter Abundis, a family friend, Ed retains the services of high-priced Sacramento attorney Freddie Riedenschneider, whose lavish lifestyle forces Doris's brother Frank, who owns the barber shop at which Ed works, to mortgage the shop. Riedenschneider mounts a defense for Doris, but on the day of her trial, she is found to have hanged herself in her cell. An irritated Riedenschneider returns to Sacramento, and the county coroner who worked on Doris later informs Ed that she was pregnant. News to which Ed responds by confirming the two had not been sexually intimate in years. Following Doris's death, Ed takes an interest in Birdie, Walter's teenage daughter, whom Ed believes could be a great musical talent in need of professional representation. He convinces Birdie to accompany him to San Francisco to play for a world-renowned music teacher, but when she's rejected from his tutelage, Ed's plans for the future are shattered. On their ride back to Santa Rosa, Birdie makes an unexpected sexual advance on Ed, and in the ensuing confusion, their car careens off the road and crashes. Ed awakens in a hospital bed, surrounded by a doctor and 2 police officers, who inform him he's arrested for the murder of Creighton Tolliver, whose car and beaten corpse were discovered in a nearby lake. Contract paperwork between he and Ed were discovered in the car, leading authorities to deduce that the barber murdered Tolliver. Ed mortgages his house to retain Freddie Riedenschneider's services, but when Frank assaults Ed during opening remarks, a mistrial is declared. Unable to procure Freddie's services a third time, Ed's fate is left to the public defender, and the meek barber Ed Crane is sentenced to death. We see him in his jail cell on death row, where he's writing his memoirs for a pulp magazine which has purchased the rights to his story. On the eve of his execution, Ed encounters a UFO outside the prison. Although it seemingly wants to beam him aboard, he opts instead to accept his fate. Later, as he's escorted to the electric chair, he reflects on his predicament, confirms that he has no regrets, and hopes that the afterlife will shield him and Doris from the imperfections of the mortal world. In the end, no hilarity ensues.
Very nice.
Fair. I mean, there's no real
jokes
here.
That's true.
Did I miss anything plot-wise?
I don't think so.
Are you still awake over there?
Yes.
I'm impressed.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Took some pills.
Thank you.
No problem. I'm good. All right. Do you think the Coen brothers just think, hey, you know that movie we like? What if that guy sucked? And that's a movie. You think they just do that a bunch?
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
They kind of just like riff. They just
what if a guy is he runs a company, but he's an idiot? What if what if a screenwriter sucks as a person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if a folk singer is kind of a dick to all his
friends?
friends?
What if
Yeah. I think they just they get inspired by little things. It's and just kind of roll with it. I read that Did you read the inspiration of this?
Yeah, this was inspired by a poster they were seeing while filming Hudsucker Proxy, and they kept on seeing guys barbershops on the poster, and they just gave them the inspiration. So they're just like, So what if we just make a movie about a barber?
And it's kind of great too, because they just kind of roll with what they have. Like they don't try to make it a moral story. Like what I noticed about this when reflecting on it is it's kind of, I feel like this movie's kind of tough to talk about because it's not like there are any true through lines or anything like that. It's not a moral story.
No.
It just happens to be a story about 2 wrongs not making a right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a guy he's just kind of accepted, and is kind of just happy, and like his wife's cheating on him, and he's just like, whatever, she's still my friend. Like they play bingo together. He bathes her or whatever. What was he doing in the bath while she was
shaving?
Shaves, yeah. They just have like this platonic friendship, and there's something super wholesome about it. And he's not like
I don't know, I saw it not as like a friendship, more as just like they're just together. It wasn't really like they were okay with it. They were just she just chose him because he was boring enough and won't do anything about it. And her behavior.
That is how their relationship started. That's a great scene when he tells who the hell was he talking about that to? Riedenschneider? Or he was talking about the origin of their relationship, and that is a good scene.
Yeah.
But the part that tells me that he does genuinely care for her, even though he's not like a super affectionate person, is that when she is in prison, he says, I killed Big Dave. Yeah. He owns up to it, and the funniest thing is they don't even believe him.
Yeah. Well, they do believe him, and it doesn't matter. Because he's just like, nobody's going to care.
I think it's ambiguous because at that time, remember, Riedenschneider's just saying, listen, I need something. You have to give me something to work with. You saying you were hungover at home doesn't help. Right? He said that if nobody can corroborate that, you have nothing. And the whole point of his character, I think, was that an attorney's job is not to make the truth, elucidate the truth. We all know this, right?
Yeah.
The attorney's job, a defense attorney's job, is to free their client, whether they're right or wrong, right?
Yeah.
And that's what he was doing, was trying to warp the jury's perception of what actually happened. He said, if you present the facts enough, they start to look weird or something. You know what I mean?
And it's kind of like how the Coen Brothers view all of like the films. It's like if you look at something, like they look at a poster every day. They're like, you look at it more and more. It's like barbers. Like, what do they do? What can we put them in to make it more interesting and stuff like that? And they made this movie.
Yep.
This is like, of course, this is based on film noir, like the movie poster and everything. You think it's gonna be like a film noir, it's gonna be like a shootout, something like that. But that's not how the Coen Brothers roll. They subvert what you think is gonna happen. This is basically like what would happen if actually a regular guy, not like a detective or down as like Smo or sticks him in that. Like what happens if he's in a noir situation? Okay, he tried to blackmail his. Well, they won't even have an affair. I guess they did have an affair, right?
Yeah.
Him, but not recently. It was somebody else that Big John was
Stuppen
with.
Well, yeah. I thought he was the one that impregnated her.
Oh yeah.
I think that they were. I think that again, he just doesn't care. He's just like resigned to the fact. He's like, maybe he doesn't have a sex drive. Maybe he's the man that wasn't there. He's just complacent.
True.
And they're
Maybe that's why, because like he may not like care, but he wants something in his life. Because like, why would he like blackmail Big Ed or Big John? What's his
Big
name?
Dave.
Big Dave. Why would he blackmail Big Dave? He didn't really care. He did care. Mm-hmm. He's like, I want to try to get something out of this because I don't know, to move on, to do something better with my life, and it went bad. It went sideways. Because in noir, like they're gonna find out right away. You know why? Because you're not a clever guy. You literally just slip a piece of paper underneath the door or something, and just hope for the best, and expect, Big Dave to find the salesman.
Yeah,
He found a salesman. And you just got lucky a bunch of times that nobody connected to you. Even when you admitted it, nobody was like, okay, then you should be under arrest. Even his wife was laughing because she's like, you admitted to the murder, but no one's gonna believe you. It's hilarious because you're
just this meek guy who's always in the background. You're a barber. You're a non-playable character, as they would say in video game talk. You're an NPC. Yeah, it's such an interesting concept, and I don't mean to say that it doesn't, like, that there's no point to this movie, but it kind of is just like a portrait of just this unremarkable guy's life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's very sad. It's just like, even if he tries to change it. But is it
sad, though? Is it presented as sad? He doesn't strike me as a sad character or a tragic character. He's just a character that lets life happen to him. That's how I read it, because even when he's on it...
But when that happens to him, it's not like good things happen to him.
No.
It's all bad.
Things that we would consider objectively bad and unpleasant happen to him, but he doesn't react that way. That's what's so interesting about him, and why it's like, how can this guy keep getting pushed and pushed? Like, the way he blackmails Big Dave tells me that he suspected his wife was cheating on him for some time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's just... Now he's got a reason to act on it, because he can extort some money from Big Dave.
And probably grow his life more by becoming a dry cleaner.
Yeah,
Fortunately, he got swindled by Don Polito, but,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, again, it's kind of a... it's a very abstract movie.
Well, yes.
It doesn't have mainstream appeal, would you say, right?
No, definitely not from... Well, let's look at the Coens, like, whole filmography, like what they are in their careers during this point. Mm-hmm. So they start out Blood Simple, huge hit in like the critical crowd. I think it was in not Sundance. Sundance wasn't a thing yet, but it was a very small movie that got some buzz. And then that got them a studio job, Big Wings in Arizona. Hit, major hit? No, not really. It was still a hit. It was still a big movie, but not as big as like any other movie in 1987 or 1986, whenever that was released. Then you got Miller's Crossing. You got Barton Fink, and you had Hard Sugar Epoxy. 3 really great films. 2 considered some of the best films ever made, Barton Fink and Miller's Crossing. Some say Miller's Crossing is one of the best gangsters movies ever made, up there with Goodfellas and The Godfather itself.
I am some, by the way.
Yeah, true. You are some. Mm-hmm. I am whole. You are some.
That was good. I like that.
I like that too, yeah. Hard Sugar Epoxy, but all failures commercially. Hard Sugar Epoxy was the first, like, really Joel Silver was like, I'm going to bring you guys into the mainstream, but they decided we're not going to do a mainstream film. We're going to do a film about the 1940s business industry and how corporations are soulless and they take ideas and try to destroy it.
What a power move.
What a power move, yes.
Really?
Mostly because they were just like, yeah, we saw, I don't know, we like Preston Sturges movies. Yeah. We're going to make a Preston Sturges movie. It's fun.
And we're going to bring our buddy Sam along,
yeah,
who kind of is the same thing. He dabbles in the mainstream,
yeah,
but that's about it.
That's about it.
Until Spider-Man.
Huge financial failure. Then 1996, Fargo. Huge year. Big hit. You know, critically, financially, huge. Did not win the Oscar, unfortunately. Probably should have. Is
it the first of Frances McDormand's? Didn't she win it?
I think she won. Yeah, I believe that's the first one. I think then it was 3 Billboards and then Nomad.
Yeah.
I believe so. I could be wrong about that. But I don't really care right now. So if you want to yell at us, yell at us. So big hit, Fargo. Then 97, Big Lebowski. Not a big hit.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe critically acclaimed when it came out, but started gradually becoming a cult classic where it became a huge thing afterwards, you know.
Such a good fucking movie, man. Oh, it's the best.
Then you got, Brother Rothau, you know.
Yeah.
Huge success.
Heavy hitter, man.
Heavy hitter, huge success. Then you got this movie. So their career, you asked me before, what do I think of the Coen brothers? Like, what do they rank? I think, I don't want to say like they're the filmmaker, but they kind of are, because, I don't know, I don't think people in the mainstream really know the Coen brothers that well. They know the movies, I say, but, you know, like, they'll probably say maybe Fargo, and that's also helpful because the TV series Fargo, which I don't think they have any real relationship besides of the actual title of the show and like the first season, which is just the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But then
Billy Bob in it too?
Yes, Billy Bob was in it, but he was not in the. I don't think he was in the first season. I think he was like second.
Yeah,
I think so.
Right.
Yeah. I think I said like he's on the level of Sam Raimi, which is. I know because they started out together. It's just like like apples to oranges, you know. But it kind of is like that. Sam Raimi is like the indie filmmaker, you know, kid's dream. He's a guy who likes to make weird shots, make weird movies, dabble in like bring 1940s aesthetics back to now and stuff like that. And so do they. There's movie fans who are like, we can do this weird stuff. Let's do it. And it's like, yeah, it's fun. Mm-hmm. And you know, because Coen, like those movies. They're popular, but not like mainstream popular. Like I don't think, you know, Bob from Arizona is gonna know about it. I don't know. Well, Indiana, I don't know. That's the thing. Like, obviously, you know, they have huger films. Like No Country for Old Men won the Oscar for Best Film. Was also a major hit. Mm-hmm. True Grit was a big hit, 250 million worldwide. But then you got the Ballad of Buster Scruggs was also a good movie, but it's on Netflix and stuff. They're like.
Filmmakers, like you said.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think you've kind of nailed that.
I mean, they are generally the greatest filmmakers in the past, like, 30 years.
I would argue, yeah, like I would say so.
They are. If you probably speak to any director, they were actually talking about this today on Blank Check. They're covering the Coens way better than we are.
They copied us, damn it.
Yeah, they copy us. We were the first.
Yes.
Yes, it's not like the fans voted for this and they decided to do it. They would never do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't give people a say in our
show.
True,
we do not give people a say in what we say, yeah, but... It's you know, because they are weird. That's why it's kind of like this, because they're going to be like, they're not going to be like what the studio wants. Studio wants is like, you know, by the books number of films, you know, action every 10 minutes, something like that. But they're not like that, you know. Actually, today I was listening to the Blank Check podcast. You know the Russo brothers? You know the guys who made like those crappy, like The Gray Man or whatever the fuck that's called. Or,
they did the superhero movie.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Arrested Development.
Yeah, they have a video series on YouTube called like Pizza School Movie Podcast something, a Pizza Movie School Podcast, and they're trying to dissect No Country for Old Men, and they got Josh Brolin in there, and so they're like they really focus on plot. Like they said if you stretch this out or like look at it really close, you can see the plot elements of this, and it's like its basic plot elements. And like Josh Brolin's like, no, that's not how they work at all. They find out what they like, they set it up a little bit, and this stuff what they like into the movie, and then try to make it work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, they're just weirdos. That's it. They're just like
love them.
They know how to make films. They love films. You can tell how they make entertaining films. They have
a vision.
They have a vision, you know, of what they want to do, and they do it, you know.
They love like fleshing those worlds out too.
Yeah.
With great supporting characters, just one-off characters will be so quirky and memorable. The way that they fill a scene or like just set design is so lived in. The dude's apartment in Big Lebowski is so lived in. It reminds me of like apartments that me and my friends would have spent, hung out in, and smoked weed in high school. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Then you see like Raising Arizona, you see the difference between like when they go get the baby. It's like a Looney Tunes cartoon. It's like a Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Get all, folks. It's like you see when they get the babies, all the babies in a row, like one giant crib. Like that's Looney Tune form.
Yeah.
That's the odd names on the top of it.
They are style and substance, and what's so impressive is just how they're able to do both tragedy and comedy.
Like they care about their characters. People say they don't care about their characters, but they do.
Oh, I
they
think
really
they
do care about their characters.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And they keep on deck some of the greatest character actors you'll ever see, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Steve Buscemi,
Yeah.
John Polito, who's in most of a lot of their stuff. He's always great when you see him. John Goodman, of course, John Turturro.
Michael Badalucco.
Yeah.
He's in some
these are absolutely...
Yeah, they were like the first ones to be like, those good character actors you see like in one bit parts and stuff on other films. We're going to fill the whole movie with that and make a great movie. And they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just... For reasons why is this movie particularly not one of the best? Like, not saying it's bad. Like, why is it not up there with the upper son of like Miller's Crossing, Miller's Crossing, Barton Fink, Raising Arizona. Actually, we'll have a debate about that, but maybe it's like No Country for Old Men, like those three, like Miller's Crossing, Barton Fink, Raising Arizona, and then No Country for Old Men.
I'd argue it's because this one's the least relatable in terms of the protagonist. Nobody likes to see themselves as somebody who's not there.
Yeah.
We see ourselves as the main player, the main character of our stories, right?
Yeah.
This is a guy that just coasts. I mean, and not terribly dissimilar to how the dude coasts, but the dude at least, doesn't put up with guff. The dude from The Big Lebowski, I'm talking, does things that make him happy. He goes bowling. He smokes weed. He hangs out with friends and does his yoga and his carpet or whatever. He's in his own world. He does things that bring him value, whereas this character Ed Crane just kind of just lives. He just lives. He
kind of accepts it.
He just accepts his place in the world. He's very passive. And I think that this movie doesn't resonate or isn't spoken about as much maybe because of that, the lack of relatability.
That's true.
And when we think noir, you think of like higher stakes, I guess.
Yeah, and it's not really much higher stakes. It's just like, just like one guy fucks up badly, and it's like, not like a comedy of errors, like, like everything goes to hell. Everything does go to hell, but in like a realistic way. Bad things happen. His wife gets framed for the murder that he caused. Mm-hmm. Turns out she was pregnant with not his child. And, he got away with the murder, but then, I don't know, I guess he's trying to find, like, I'm not saying, like, he's just, like, accepting everything. He obviously doesn't accept anything, because why would he blackmail Big Dave to try to get money? He wants to bet himself. He wants to become a dry cleaner so he can make more money, so he can get out from under his family, because he works with his wife's brother. Her brother owns the barbershop, okay? So he's not a free man on his own. He wants to be a free man, so he's like, get a dry cleaner. That doesn't work out because the guy screwed you. And then turns out he was actually beaten to death by Big Dave, and he died in a car crash and drowned to death.
Yeah.
And then, after that, you think, oh, you're good, but then Dave finds out, and then you murder Dave, and you think, oh, everything's going to go to hell. But they find Dave. They think your wife murdered him. She didn't want anything. He didn't want anything bad to happen to his wife. It's not like he hated her. No. But it's like he just wanted something for his own. And, his wife is now being set up for murder. You think, we think, like, she's now going to get off because he has the great lawyer. He had the great lawyer and stuff like that. No, it turns out she hung herself because she's a depressed alcoholic who hates herself and her family and just, like, hangs herself. Gets worse. Okay, then you think, okay, well, he's still off. He's still free. He can still do what he wants. And what he wants is to manage the career of Scarlett Johansson, who can play the piano just fine. Mm-hmm. I agree with the teacher. I mean, he was very rude about it, but I agree. She's a very nice player. I mean, when I was listening to it, I'm like, oh, this is nice. I didn't think she was world-beating or, like, so great. She doesn't even care about really music that much. Her father's a drunk who doesn't get the best advice. He's just a guy who just drinks all the time and kind of passes out. And like this is his last effort. And it's not really the best effort. Not really the best plan.
No, I think that's just how sheltered he is in his day-to-day life. He doesn't know shit about show business. So it's not like, and he's a barber. He's very meek and mild-mannered. He doesn't know talent when he sees it. And when he sees something that's even mildly talented to his small worldview, right, he thinks that it's groundbreaking.
Yeah.
And the teacher's like, no, it's not.
No.
And he's right to say that.
True.
So I think that whole inclusion of the Birdie storyline is like, he kind of had like a midlife crisis. His life is upended, even though he doesn't like react the way that a normal person would react to any of this. Finding out your wife is banging another guy, or just assuming it the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, when you find out like she was pregnant, she was like, I haven't had sex with my wife in 2 years, and it's like, and the budget and the guy, the corner is just like,
yeah, oof, sorry, buddy. And then he's like, then he just feels bad for him. He's like pities him.
Yeah.
All right, well, whatever, man.
Yeah.
I offered to buy you a drink, and all you wanted was coffee or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it's kind of hard to put my finger on this movie and what it's meant to be, and I think maybe that's the point. But like, again, with regards to why it's not considered one of the highest, ranked, just the most revered of their oeuvre, is just because I think it's more an art piece than it is supposed to be like a traditional story with like a, I don't know, like with actual character arcs. It's just a series of unfortunate things happen to this man. He tries to better himself, and each time he does, he gets punished, whether right, wrong, or otherwise. It's just the cosmos. Like he's trying to, I don't know. He's a ghost, like he says.
Yeah.
Things just happen around him. Like, the funny thing is, he's an obvious choice, for someone who could have killed Big Dave. His wife was, stooping him.
Yeah.
He's never once considered a suspect.
True.
Never
Even when he admits it, like, I don't know if Tony Shalhoub believes him. I think he believes him, but I don't think he cares.
He doesn't care,
Because he's just trying to, like, get her off. And, because he's like, okay, you killed Big Dave. Was there any witnesses? No. Did anybody see you? No. Did your wife see you? No. It's like, then how are you going to convince everybody that she didn't do it and you did it? So it's just like, but of course, Tony Shalhoub's character doesn't care about anything. He just cares about winning the case so he can go back to Sacramento and say, like, I won this big case, and acting out like a, like any lawyer from any judge, cop procedural you ever seen, Yeah.
Do you think the smoking is like a symbol of, like, dissociation from all the pain? I feel like that's the best way I can, like, try and rationalize just, like, or, like, the visual symbolism for somebody that is just so impassive as he is. Is that it?
I don't know. Well, like, every time he smokes a cigarette...
which is a lot.
It's a lot. It's just, like, he doesn't really finish one. I've never seen him finish a cigarette.
Never puts one out.
So, like, I don't know. I think maybe the cigarettes actually don't... that's what they would say. They would, like, he just smokes a lot, It would be like that. Maybe there actually is nothing in particular. Like, the hat in Miller's Crossing.
Yeah.
There's no reason for that. They just thought, hat would be cool.
It's obviously it's an aesthetic choice.
Yeah, it's an aesthetic choice.
Noir films are full of smoke.
Yeah.
It's an objectively cool look.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, smoking's a terrible habit, but
yeah,
makes you look so cool.
Cool, yeah.
Makes you, if you ever want to look like a gaunt barber whose wife is cheating on him.
That's why I always tell kids, smoke cigarettes to be cool, kids.
Yeah.
I always tell them that.
That's right.
True. So that could just be like their choice. It's like you're in a noir film, you got to smoke a lot, so it's just like that. So I don't know, but with media itself, anything you put out there, people are gonna find relation to. So like, what do you think? What do you think exactly what it was about?
Again, I just am spitballing that maybe it's like just the symbol, the visual symbol of him like self-loathing to the point of dissociating from all these bad things that happened, or just like he says, he got dealt the bum hand.
Yeah.
He just didn't know how to play his cards, and I think he's just kind of somebody who's resigned to that fact. He's just basically living to slowly die. Kinda.
He accepts what he did. And
That's why when he's on death row, he's like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I feel like he like mortgages his house to pay for the lawyer just because that's what people expect him to do. That's what any sane person would do. When his wife is on trial, he does it because, again, I think he does actually care about her. He lets, I guess, technically, her brother, Michael Badaluccio's character, Frank. That's Frances McDormand's brother in the movie. He's the one that mortgages the barbershop first to pay for Freddy.
Yeah.
But again, it's kind of just like for himself. He just did it almost because it's like, that's what people expect of me. He doesn't have a reason to live is basically what I see from him. He's not necessarily suicidal, but he's not afraid to die.
Yeah. He's trying to find a reason to live.
Right.
Each time he does it just ends badly.
Yeah, so he's just kind of like, fuck it. Well, I guess I'll just keep chain smoking, and if I die, I die. I mean, it is what it is.
He lived the straight and narrow all his life. He somehow found a wife, but, it's just kind of those marriages you hear in, like, the old days. Like, it's just like, you were there. That's why I married you. Not because I loved you.
We had a tryst. We dated for, like, 3 weeks, and you proposed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just how it used to be. Now it's like people are engaged for years before they get married sometimes, It's just, part of it is because weddings are so absurdly priced these days, but yeah, it's less of a business decision than it used to be, or just it's just changed the institution of marriage.
Sure.
I don't know. So it's an interesting movie. It was a very interesting movie. It was a very visually appealing movie. I love the noir, aspects of it, the voiceover. The narration,
Yeah, well, so for the cinematographer, they went with Roger Deakins, who, after Barry Sonnenfeld left to do, like, the Addams Family movies, he hopped on, and people say it's, like, one of the greatest cinematographers of all time. I mean, just look at the style for all the Conan films to now. It's just so great. I mean, especially this one. Really went out there with the Art Deco style a lot. My favorite scene was actually when they're in the interrogation room, and Frances McDormand and Frank are just sitting there. Not Frank. Frances McDormand and Billy Bob sitting together, and that's when we first introduced to Tony Shalhoub. And then you see Tony Shalhoub in this, like, big room. It's a huge room with like a pillar kind of window shape, and you see him like it's like he's explaining. It's like if you look at something long enough, it becomes weird. And so that just proves, like, I don't know exactly what, like, cinematographic thing was to prove, but it shows, like, pay attention to this guy. He's in the light. They're in the dark. So he's in the right. They're in the wrong. And he's going to try to find a way to get them in the light and him also in the light,
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it's going to be in a dirty way because, once again, Tony Shalhoub's character does not care about them. He just wants to play lawyer, even though he is a real lawyer.
He's a shark. He's a shark. Some people are just driven to be the best at what they do.
I do love how he loves food. That's great. I love the food scenes.
Oh, yeah.
Very little, but
he's ordering. He's always on the move. He's a very fast-talking lawyer stereotype, but he's very good. He's the best.
I love how they got him, though. Like Richard Jenkins, like, if you want the best, you gotta get him. It's just like he's just drunk. Cause it's like Frank's just like not Frank. Billy Bob's character is just like, okay, like,
yeah.
This guy's obviously wasted. He's a drunkard, and like
he himself was a lawyer too, but he said, I don't know anything about
I don't know. Yeah, just like
it's a small town. They're kind of played as rubes too. You know what I mean? They're kind of shown.
That is true. Even the cops, when they found him, and just like, are you like, what's the name of Billy Bob's character again?
Ed Crane.
Ed Crane. Ed is like, are you Ed Crane? It's like, nobody wants to tell him that his wife's been arrested for murder. So they're just like waiting, and it's like, cops just like, and Frank has this officer has to tell you, and it's just like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
They don't want.
It's like they just draw straws. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like they don't want to do their jobs.
Right.
You can tell, like, even the lawyers don't want to do their jobs. It's just like ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. It's clearly played as a small town setting.
Yeah.
I mean, it is taking place in the 40s, right?
Yeah.
So I think sensibilities back then were a little different. Like, I mean, I don't know if it was so different that you're not going to suspect the lady's husband of possible wrongdoing, like they don't in this one. When she's put up on the murder charges. But yeah, there's an innocence about Santa Rosa that is,
not that they're innocent. It's just like they're just bad at their jobs. They're just like
maybe a naivete.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, we got to deal with this. Like, we never dealt with this before, and they just don't want to tell. They just don't want to tell people bad news, so it's like whatever. You do it.
Understandable. Understandable, but that's part of the job.
Yeah, and then let's talk about Tony Shalhoub's character. It's probably the best character in the whole movie.
He's definitely the one that sticks out the most in terms of performance.
I don't know. Maybe. Well, if Ed's like the guy who doesn't care, this is the guy who does care, but cares about a different thing. He wants power. He wants starlight. He wants to be, I guess, the best lawyer in Sacramento, but who gives a fuck about the best lawyers? He wants
fame and fortune and to be the best at what he does, whereas Ed is like, I'm a barber.
Yeah. And I think he shows that, like, I don't know, maybe like nobody cares really about what you do or say as long as they just believe it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about what's the narrative going to be.
Yeah.
Because we can't go back in time and see what actually happened to Big Dave, so we have to tell the story. We have to make the narrative, and we have to prove it to this jury of your peers that this is what happened and not what they think happened, what the prosecutor's telling. It highlights the superficiality of a courtroom drama sometimes.
And maybe life itself.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's actually very well said. He is the antithesis to Ed Crane.
Yeah.
That's spot on. He's loudmouth. He's loud, abrasive, constantly eating, whereas Ed is shown to be like...
He's getting paid to basically do nothing, and it's just like... maybe that's one way Ed's life could have been, but it wasn't. It didn't turn out to be that way.
Maybe that's... See, I like these discussions, because we always kind of come to a conclusion, and that's kind of it. Like,
that could be it. Well, once again, the Coens just could be like, yeah, let's have the lawyer be an asshole. And that's
right.
it.
They could, and then let's laugh at people as they try to overanalyze things. But you know what? That's what art is, though. I wholeheartedly believe art is what you see in it, right? Sure. It's not necessarily, if I paint a picture, I can't tell you definitively that's what it is. Like, it might be my intention, but if you see something different, how can I dispute that? I can't see with your eyeballs. I can't think with your brain. And I'd never want to.
True.
That sick fucking brain of yours.
Yeah, true. It's messed up at years of Italianism and Catholicism.
Correct. Yeah. I would not want to, that's just...
And TV. Mostly TV.
Yeah.
Mostly TV. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that.
Nobody does.
But yeah, you're absolutely right. Coens could just be having a good time, but I think that it's not a stretch at all to say he is the antithesis. These are, the two sides of the American coin, so to speak. You can the floor and the ceiling, I guess, in a way. You can find something that allows you to be complacent, and you can just go with the current, or you can make the waves like Freddie does, the lawyer.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. And then we got Bunny.
Birdie,
sorry.
Scarlett Johansson.
She represents the I guess the escape that it's not Frank, sorry. I want to say his name's Frank.
Ed, yeah.
But Ed wants, Because she's like, okay, she's young. I guess she has talent, because once again, Ed's probably never seen really real talent before, so he doesn't know. But, like, when we first see her perform, it's actually good, It's, like, good, but not groundbreakingly good like he thinks so. He just sees somebody with light, because his wife has no light. Like, in the beginning, she's drunk.
Yeah.
And she's an alcoholic, and she does not care about him. He just got married because she wanted someone that wouldn't really fight her on anything. So,
And she's a numbers girl, too. Like, she's, the numbers, the math is kind of like seen as the anti-art in a way.
Yeah.
Not necessarily always, but like, so he probably didn't, she maybe wasn't playing the piano around him. Probably was not.
Yeah.
Because again, Birdie's she's good at playing the piano, but she's certainly nothing special.
Yeah, she's won from Frances McDormand's coldness.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good way to put it. See, I guess it's more, and it's like a younger woman too, so in a way it's like, hey, I'm at a real turning point in my life. My wife is dead, and I have to create a new life, and this is what I want to do.
Yeah, I mean, she's more old, like, I guess, I'd say old-fashioned, but you think, like, when we first see Frances McDormand, see her, like, the main reason she works at the shop is to, like, get new stuff and to wear new stuff all the time and high fashion. Like, Birdie is very down-to-earth girl. She wears sweaters and stuff like that, something you would expect the 1940s teenager to wear and stuff like that. But, I don't know exactly, but I thought it was going to be, like, Ed's going to fall in love with her, but it was not like that.
No.
Typically. In fact, there was a moment where Billy Bob Thornton jokingly made it look like he had an erection in one of the scenes while watching like play the piano, but like of course this is on IMDb trivia, so don't take it with the Bible or whatever. But one of the pop boys saw it and they Coen Brothers was like, no, you're not gonna do that. This is not that type of relationship. Frank just sees a way out from her, not romantically, but like professionally.
Mm-hmm.
And
maybe that's his calling.
Birdie reads it wrongly, but if you were Birdie, you would probably read it like that too, because this old guy's always at your house, always watching you, always talking to you, does not care about your father at all, and it's just like she probably seems like, oh, this guy has a crush on me, and I don't know why Birdie would be attracted to Ed. Maybe he's just like older dude, and
maybe
I don't know. She doesn't really get attention because her father's drunk all the time, and her mother. I don't know what happens to her mother, so it was just like he gave attention, and
it's up to your interpretation. But clearly, Birdie is shown. You think she's gonna be squeaky clean innocent, but clearly no. Clearly, she has no problem with
trying to give head to Ed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who knows? Maybe it's like a nymphomania type of thing, because it doesn't seem like it's from a loving place.
I don't know. This maybe
just to please a man. I mean, that's shown her so much attention. But I don't know if I see love in it. And I don't mean to.
Yeah, I don't think she cares either. Because I think I don't know. Because she doesn't care about art. She doesn't care about music. Mm-hmm. I guess she wants to be a vegetarian, but I don't know. Like, did she do it just out of kindness? This is like, you pay attention to me, I'll give you a blowjob, or does she? I don't know. Like, I don't know the young hearts of Birdie. So I can't tell.
Daddy issues.
Daddy issues. I don't know.
Kind of what they were implying. Because yes, Walter's always drunk, or he's at the library researching shit.
Yeah.
That was his hobby. I don't know. I think that it's not really she's not really terribly fleshed out.
No.
And that's why it comes as such a twist when she does go to give him Roadhead.
Yeah.
it caught me entirely off guard for sure. And that is, again, he gets punished for his ambition, for trying to start a new life, even though he didn't do anything wrong. Yeah.
His punishment for doing that was like getting in a car accident because she misread the situation, and so now he's in a car accident, and now he's blamed for the murder of Joe
Tolliver.
John Polito.
Yeah, John Polito's character, Tolliver. Yeah,
Tolliver. Yeah, who was
This guy basically just gets it's kind of like the worst case scenario for failure happens to this guy every time he goes, steps out of his comfort zone, and maybe that's intentional, maybe it's not. But
first time he does that, he gets
Big Dave killed and his wife dying afterward.
And then he gets screwed up by the John Polito. Turns out he was dead, and then he gets more of his bad things, and then you see Frank just dealing with it because I don't know, he just is there, so he has to find a way to.
Frank gets collateral damage.
Yeah.
His whole life is upturned, obviously.
He becomes a drunkard. Yep. He's just sick. He's in shock.
He no longer owns the barber shop. The bank does. Yeah, it's a shame, but I guess there's a big ripple effect.
All right. What do you think it's the aliens about? What are the aliens about?
God, I was struggling with that too. The UFOs, because you have Big Dave's wife.
Favorite character, like Red Button MVP of the movie, Big Dave's wife.
And
she's the best.
Yes,
I love Big Dave's wife.
Oh, and Big Dave's wife shows up at Ed's door, and you think that she's gonna maybe
like threaten him or know what happens, or like maybe try to seduce him. I don't know exactly, but it's like nope, aliens happened. Big Dave was abducted by aliens, and we have not had sex in a year. That is why. And I think he's just crazy, but like aliens is like a thing in the movie, like exactly. Maybe like what do you think it's about? What's your interpretation? Because you're better at interpreting stuff than I am.
It's hard with this one because so she says that they were camping and when he was abducted, and then he didn't want to have sex with her. I took that as just a lie, and she is just so she's from a wealthy family, and I feel like sometimes when you're just born into money, you're not you don't think normally because you don't have a relatable life. You just grow up kind of detached from what it's like to be a part of regular society. So I kind of just took it as he lied to her about getting abducted, and that was the start of his relationship with Dorothy.
Or maybe it did happen and he's just having an affair anyway. So it's just like, that's why he's not having sex with her, because it's just not because of the aliens, it's because he's been doing that.
Yeah, what do you? Because okay, I'll tell you what I thought of them at the end when he's in jail, and I thought that was completely a fantasy scene. Obviously, like the jail door won't just be open and letting you.
Maybe that was like the last thing, the last card he was dealt. Like you could have aliens abduct you, and that's it. But no, he instead accepted reality and just accepted his fate.
Exactly. That's exactly how I read it. Was like I can try and protest my innocence some more. I can make up a story like Big Dave did. To try and try and lie about maybe not even necessarily about being abducted, but lie to try and spare myself.
Yeah.
Like Big Dave, if what he was lying about was to spare, or if the reason why he would lie about UFOs was to spare his wife's feelings, maybe then this UFO at the end is to lie to spare him the execution that he is due.
Yeah.
Who knows? It's a very bizarre scene. It's clearly fantasy because a prison's not just going to let an inmate out, and they're certainly going to notice a flying saucer.
Mm-hmm.
So I just took that as kind of his last acceptance of his fate, where, okay, I could escape this reality, but why? I have nothing else to live for.
True.
He's been living to die. So what? Did anything else that you thought about the UFOs?
I don't know. I kind of thought like what you did. This is like he has one more shot and like you can take it.
I love the inclusion of them at the end though.
Yeah,
I did like that, even if I can't explain it. And that's kind of my feeling about this movie is like there's a lot that's hard. Like I didn't write many notes with this one because I figured we'd just kind of work through it. That's kind of my new strategy for this show. Write a synopsis. We talk about it, and we kind of end up with some kind of conclusions.
Mm-hmm.
This one was hard to figure out, which means that the Coen brothers are bad filmmakers because I didn't understand much of their film.
Yeah.
But I really liked working through it with this conversation.
True.
So let's see. The end, he gets walked after the UFO. He rejects their offer to take him aboard their ship and take him away. And then he walks to the electric chair. And his final thoughts are about his wife and hoping that they can be away from all the flaws of the mortal world. Well, I just find that so interesting because it's like he really did he was not a sexual being as a human, right? He seemed pretty ambivalent. Right, he seemed pretty ambivalent about his wife running around on him.
Yeah.
He used it obviously to his advantage, or tried to, but it wasn't like he didn't come off as like crushed, like heartbroken ever. Yeah. So it's like even as he's about to die, all he wants is just him and his wife to be happy, I guess.
I don't know. I guess happiness for him would be, just be a dry cleaner. That's it.
Yeah.
Or like he becomes a dry cleaner, and then his wife, is just by him or something. I don't know.
Say his plan actually went as planned though, and he becomes a famous dry cleaner, and he's in on that new craze, and he's a rich.
I do love how Time Magazine was like the new craze.
Yeah.
Dry cleaner.
Yeah. I mean, obviously that's a real world thing.
Yeah.
First of all, I feel like the authorities would have... Maybe they didn't have the SEC back then, but I feel like somehow the authorities could have pieced together that was the $10,000 from Nerdlingers, the store.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know.
But I think anything that goes on to say, like, lazy police work. These guys didn't have their jobs. They're just like...
You didn't have federal bureaus that tracked these things either. No. I mean, you could get away with anything in the 40s. True. God damn, they had it great. You could do whatever. Mm-hmm. Swear to God. They also had like life expectancies of 50, but I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
You could get away with whatever you wanted.
True. Even my murder. Mm-hmm. All right. Any last thoughts on this film, TJ?
I don't know, man. I feel like we've covered everything here.
That's mostly it. I guess we're getting to our final thoughts now.
Sure.
Let's see. I've been thinking a lot about the Coen brothers lately, like how they belong in like the pantheon of great directors of the past 50 years and stuff like that. Do they belong in the Scorsese, trying to think of Nolan. I don't know Nolan. Like something like. I always think of Scorsese. That's the number one guy I always think of.
Because you're Italian.
True.
Kubrick?
Yeah, it's Kubrick.
They're more Kubrick than Scorsese to me.
Yeah, Kubrick, Scorsese, Spielberg, those guys. They belong in that tier of filmmaker. The Kurosawas, like those guys.
Ooh.
They made some of the best films in the past, like, 30 years, best comedies. They basically took made live action cartoons possible. Because that is what Raising Arizona is. But for this movie, they just basically, they did the thing they always do. It's like, we can make a movie, we have this interesting idea, let's make a movie out of it. And they did. I don't know, did I fully get it? I think I did. I don't know. I just basically saw him as, this is the idea. This guy is kind of a loser. In film noirs, he's always a loser, but they're like somehow smart and like cool and sophisticated and stuff like that. Let's take all that out. You know, it's like The Long Goodbye. You know how like he's a loser in The Long Goodbye, Marlo's a loser, but he's cool as shit.
Yeah.
This guy's gonna be like, no, he's gonna be a barber. Barbers are lame. They only know the haircuts that they do. They don't have much personality. You're not gonna feel, and he's gonna have no emotions.
Apologies to our barber listeners.
Yes, apologies to our barber listeners, who my grandfather was. But I don't know. There's like, what if like they're basically saying, let's take a genre and we'll actually put, I don't know, maybe not real people, but we'll put ideas of what we think is good and put it inside. Deconstruct it. And this is what they did. They did it again. They've done it multiple times.
Well said.
With multi other movies, you know, is just they care about Ed. It's like because he wants to improve. It's not like this guy sucks and his personality is terrible. He's a nice guy. He's just very boring and just wants to live.
Right. He's no noir hero.
Yeah, he's no noir hero.
Put him in a noir.
No.
Yeah. And the framing device of it being him writing for a pulp magazine is pretty clever. If you
that's
think
true.
About it.
Even though the pulp magazine cover is going to be like death row inmate. That's words. Something like that.
Yep. And
it's probably not going to be his story at all. They're going to change it all.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But
they're going to puff it up to make it. You have to sell it, right?
Yeah. So but he died. He didn't die he died a noir death. He got the electric chair, but it wasn't like a femme fatale who did it. The femme fatale was his wife. She killed herself. Not the new young thing who seduces him. That's not what happened. He was not trying to seduce Birdie. Birdie actually came onto him, and the only thing that happened was that Birdie got like a broken neck kind of clavicle kind of thing, and that's it. But she wasn't like a femme fatale. Also, she was just a nice girl. He tried to blackmail the big bad guy. The big boss to get his money. He killed him. That's part of noir, but it's not like he tried to hide it. He admitted it. He admitted it. It wasn't like it was happening all the time. He wasn't trying to hide the murder. He admitted it. No one cared he killed him because I don't know. It's 1940s and women are treated badly, and they just assume man has an affair with woman kills man.
Hormones.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I think you're onto something.
Yeah, this is another character study by the Coen Brothers. But of course, once again, they could just be laughing at us, and it's like, we just thought it was cool if a guy that was kind of lame, like a bunch of bad stuff happened to him, and it's like a noir film like we used to watch a lot, and that could actually be it. Because if you listen to any interview, they'll probably be like that too, and was this the best Coen film? I don't know. The acting was great, and so was the cinematography, like always, but characters weren't really that. Memorable or entertaining.
They're very banal.
Banal, but that's the point.
Yeah.
So
correct.
Am I gonna Ed is a good character wise, but he's not gonna be up there with the dude or Gabriel Byrne's character or
William H. Macy.
Fargo. He's a loser in not their sense. He's just a normal dude who doesn't really care that much. Those other guys are losers for other reasons that's more entertaining. So. Is this a good film? Yes, it is. It's definitely low on the Coen scale of what they've done, but what they've done is such good work that it's kind of hard to even the failures are just considered good.
Yeah.
And this is the start of them being I don't know, people are kind of questioning them right now because you did Fargo, you didn't have another hit because people love Big Lebowski, but that's only you.
Well, it's a cult classic.
It's a cult classic, only mostly, maybe, I don't know. I always imagine when people say cult classic, it's comedy. It's always frat dudes who get around and watch it, but fucking nerds who love comedy and love the dude, and that just transcended everything.
There's a festival, damn it.
Yeah, but it took 20 years for that to happen.
Well, right.
Yeah, and then you got this film, which that was a hit. Big. I keep on forgetting about that. But then you got this film, which wasn't a big hit, only made $18 million out of a $20 million budget.
Yeah, I can see why. This is not a major.
Then the next,
mainstream picture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then the next film, Tolerable Cruelty. I don't know if that was a hit, but that isn't considered one of the best either. No. Then you got Lady Killers, which once again was a bomb. Which I don't think people have tried to reclaim it as like a masterpiece that they made or anything like that.
No.
It's a remake of a 1960s or 50s movie that they thought they can put their own spin on, and it didn't work out, and it just. And then they went away for a little bit. I think Lady Killers was 2004, 2005. Took, I don't know, another 2 years until Old Country for Old Men came out, and then they became huge again. So it's just like...
It was all the calm before the storm.
It was all calm before the storm, before they have another peak in their career. So, if I would rate this movie, I'll give it like... I don't know, ratings don't matter, but I'll give it like 3.5 out of 6 stars. Maybe like a 4. Yeah. But this is an entertaining movie. Was I blown away by it? Not really. But it was good, at least. It just shows you a picture of a man who has nothing, and like what happens if a man has nothing. He's not gonna, go crazy. This guy didn't go crazy. He just, did add choices, and he made bad choices. That's it.
Yeah. He didn't play his hand right.
Yeah, exactly.
It's probably the best
That's the whole
way
point
to
of the
put
movie.
it.
Yeah.
And I'll echo everything you said, right down to the grade. I mean, I know it doesn't make for the most compelling podcast listening, but 3.5 out of 6 is what I had for this. It's a very competent movie, and it's there's a lot of artistic merit, and let's make a gritty looking, beautiful looking noir tribute movie.
Yeah.
Let's have it be full of these characters that are just so plain and down to earth and rubish.
Yeah.
That's what I kept coming back to. These characters are like, they're obviously not cool, collected.
What if you made
characters.
a noir boring? They're like, let's do it. And
that's pretty much what they did. They could have done this as a complete lark, and it's amazing how competent it is. It's a good movie, by all means. But is it one that I'll return to of their filmography? Probably not.
No.
It's probably one of the more forgettable too. But it's a damn competent movie, and I highly enjoyed watching it. Mm-hmm. And I recommend it if you like film noir. Give it one watch. It's not even 2 hours.
Not making fun of film noir.
Not at all.
It's just like, what if a barber, like kind of like, what if a barber just was in a film noir? And that's it.
That's it. That's it. I mean,
that's it. Yeah. So that's basically it. Let's go through as well thoughts on The Man Who Wasn't There.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, well, I guess we'll go through, the rewards reaction to this. It wasn't really a big hit. The only thing it was nominated for in the Oscars was cinematography, which I understand. Once again, Roger Deakins, considered one of the best cinematographers in the past, I don't know, once again, up there with the Coens, 30 years, 40 years, whatever. It is amazing they actually had 2 great cinematographers they got with. First, Barry Sonnenfeld, which brought, I guess a lighter tone. Well, actually, Blood Simple is so dark and eerie that the whole tone of the movie kind of sets the movie up. And he did a great job of that. But then Raising Arizona, you got live action cartoons. Miller Crossing, also another serious one, but has a cartoon feel to it. Also kind of light and airy. And you kind of see that when he did the Addams Family Values and Addams Family itself, definitely. But then Roger Deakins comes in, his own style, which even enhances the movies of the Coen brothers. So yeah, it's amazing. He didn't win. He was nominated. But the thing that won was the Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. So that was by Andrew Lesnie. Sorry.
That's pretty steep competition.
Yeah, it's pretty steep competition. So yeah, and then there was Amelia.
Oh.
Yeah. Amelie. Sorry,
yeah.
Amelie. I am Amelie.
Heard it's good. Never seen it.
Yeah. By Bruno, cinematography, Bruno Del Bonel, Black Hawk Down. Sorry if I pronounce this. Slavomir Idzika, Slawomiridzik, and then also Moulin Rouge, Donald M. McAplen.
It's a good movie, actually.
I don't know. I've always heard. I always think of Disco Sucks kind of thing.
Sure.
There's it's big, flashy, and it's
Oh, it's a beautiful movie, is what I should say. Beautiful looking, yeah.
Yeah. But I'll watch it. I think I'm harsh on Baz Luhrmann, even though I've never seen any of his movies. But you just see all the negative stuff of it, and you're just ignoring it.
Sure.
Because that's kind of the opposite of what the Coen Brothers are. The Coen Brothers are style and substance.
Very
Baz
true.
Luhrmann and Well, who's the guy who directed Batman Forever or Batman?
Schumacher.
Joel Schumacher. All substance, but they're substance and style at the same time.
Yeah.
So yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, best picture of that year was not nominated. It was A Beautiful Mind, Gosford Park, In the Bedroom, Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, and Moulin Rouge. I don't know strong year. I mean, it's a Ron Howard film, so it's obviously like an Oscar film. It's about a man who's a genius that's slowly losing his mind.
Yeah.
And that's perfect Oscar movie. It's an old timey movie. It's like from the night.
Russell Crowe.
Yeah, yeah. It's set in the 30s or 40s or something. I don't know. I forget. But it's an Oscar movie. It's a Ron.
The Academy loves shit like that.
They love that shit. Gosford Park, one of Robert Altman's second to last films. I think after that he just did A Home Prairie Companion, and that's it. Unfortunately, he passed away. So yeah, and then I don't know what In the Bedroom is. Never heard of that before in my life.
Sounds kinky.
Sounds kinky. In the Bedroom.
It's a 2001 film by Todd Field.
Ooh.
It stars Sissy Spacek.
Ooh.
Tom Wilkinson.
Ooh.
Nick Stahl.
Ooh.
Marissa Tomei.
Ooh.
And William Mapother.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Centers around the inner dynamics of a family in transition.
Ah. Of what?
Right.
Death?
Sounds like love affairs. I don't know. It sounds salacious.
Salacious. Oh.
I don't know. It just says in transition.
Okay.
Yeah. Guess we'll have to watch it.
Then you got Lord of the Rings, and then you got Moulin Rouge.
Yep.
Top 10 films of 2001. Really, really kids heavy this year. You got Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stones, number 1.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't think I saw that in theaters, but we bought it.
I did.
Are you a huge Harry Potter kid?
I enjoyed them, but was never like a huge. Never obsessed. But I enjoyed them.
I tried to read it, but then all the stuff happened, and then it was just like, okay, I'll just get the audiobooks online from the library. I won't give her any money. Yeah. But I was just like, I can't do it. I'm like, it's gonna be everything. Every time she says a character description, I was like, did she mean something else by that? Or yeah.
Yeah, I read them as they came out, so
yeah.
I didn't have that. They weren't tainted at that point.
Yeah, so instead I'm doing Percy Jackson, which is actually really good. So yeah. Number 2, Shrek. Do you remember Baskin Robbins had a Shrek drink where they put ice cream, a scoop of ice cream, you get a little bit of powder, and you put Sprite in it, and it starts to foam up and looks like pond water.
I don't actually.
Yeah, I remember that. I somehow drank that for 2 straight days.
Amazing.
Amazing, yes. That was one of the great things about Shrek. And also the ketchup.
I remember the ketchup.
I remember the ketchup. Sure. Yeah. Monsters, Inc., number 3. Number 4, Rush Hour 2. Number 5, The Mummy Return.
Ooh, cool.
Number 6, the classic, Pearl Harbor.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I remember watching that in high school history, and my teacher was my teacher for that class was like a young guy too. He was like one of the football coaches. I'm just thinking, how hungover was he that he just put that on instead of teaching us anything?
Pearl Harbor.
Horrible movie.
Ended Faith Hill's career. Start of it.
Yeah, it did.
Did you try to do a Titanic, single?
Yeah.
Like Shania Twain did? Not Shania Twain. What's her name? Celine Dion.
Celine Dion, yeah.
She tried to do a Celine Dion, but it just didn't work out, and that was just the beginning of a downfall. 7, Jurassic Park 3. The one where... Was that Steven Spielberg's return?
No, he did the second one.
He did the second one.
I saw that in theaters.
Which one has the girl who kicks a dinosaur out a window with gymnastics? Is that 3?
I think that's The Lost World. Oh, that might be 3. I
Yeah.
don't remember actually. It's been so long.
Yeah, I'm just trying to imagine when when Sam Neill's dreaming and then he sees a dinosaur sitting next to him. He's like, Sam.
That is yes.
Yeah.
It is The Lost World.
It is Lost World.
Yeah. Okay.
Number 8, Planet of the Apes.
Oh, jeez.
Yep. That was a mental. 9, Hannibal. Okay. And 10, Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring.
Fantastic.
Yep.
I can't believe that's not higher.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, it was the first of its high fantasy concept.
That's
so
true.
It was a hit, but you
came
go
out
on.
late in the year too.
Yeah, you go on. It's going to be huge.
True. Very true.
Letterboxd review of this movie. My 2 favorites are by Karen 8, 5 stars. Billy Bob Thornton could bench press a car with an eyebrow. And then Kenneth Clark gave 4.5 stars. This was like a really depressing episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
That's actually pretty funny.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. TJ, that's the end of our series. Series 6.
Yeah.
From Coens to shitty kids movies.
What? I mean, we got range, you have to admit.
We got range.
We might not have much. I don't have my hair, for instance.
True. You do not. You're bald.
Yes.
And,
but we do have range.
True, we do. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this season. If you like us, please follow us, subscribe to us. We're on Spotify, we are on SoundCloud, and we're on YouTube. I think we're not going to have a Twitter or Facebook anymore, mostly because we don't really know how to do it. And also, I forgot the password, so we got to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but leave us comments, rate us, do whatever you need to do on any of those platforms. Comment to us on YouTube or wherever. Say if we're good, we're bad. Give us suggestions for actually ending the show with a game or something. Because every time we try, it's not good. But, we're just doing this for the love of the game, baby.
That's right.
I love the game. Anyway, for our next show, we're going to rate our movies and reveal our next 3 movies each for what we have. I have no idea what's going to be, but hopefully this time it's not kids' movies.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully not. So I guess this is adieu. Goodbye, everybody. I'm Mo, and I love you.
And I'm TJ, and after that comment, I'm no longer here.
All right, see you, everybody. This is Bobby Mitchum. Play us out. Bye.